Hi guys, Scorching Patriot MC here. Today I'm doing Alt Costumes episode 2 with Thor God of Thunder. This in my opinion is not the best game where Thor is a playable character. If you want a good game where Thor is a playable character, go for one of the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. They are much better, have better stories, and even though Thor has less moves in them, I just think they're all round better games. I apologise for the poor video quality in this. It's because I don't have a capture card, so I had to use a laptop. My friend at Game Unboxing Reviews requested me to do this video because he wanted to see what costumes and lightning colours are in the game, as he does not have it. If you are looking forward to games like True Crime Hong Kong and The Amazing Spider-Man, which should both be out this year, then go and check out his channel. The first costume that I'm going to show you is Thor Odinson, which is the main costume from the movie. As you can see, it's got the likeness of Chris Hemsworth, and with this costume I'm going to show you the lightning colours, of which there are 6 of them. Blue, which you can see here, red, yellow, green, pink and orange. I think that they add nothing really to the game, as they could have used that for more alternate costumes, because I've never seen Thor with anything apart from blue or yellow lightning, and it was pretty pointless to put it in. So you can see them all here, but there are very few moves that you can do with them. Here's the red one. Most of them just look a bit silly, if I'm honest. So I just went through this quickly, as I didn't want to swing around too much with him hitting bad guys with silly lightning colours. Because mainly I like doing this show, even though I haven't done it for 6 months, I like doing the show because I like showing the ultimate costumes of games, and Marvel games especially, because Marvel is my favourite comic book company. Over DC and over any other comic book company, I just enjoy the characters more. And as you can see from my last video, if you haven't seen it, there'll be a link in the description or on the video. My favourite team is the Fantastic Four, which are obviously owned by Marvel. Here you can see the menu of the game, where you can see the alternate costumes and the lightning colours, which I'm mentioning now. But I think they could have added a lot more alternate costumes that are better than Destroyer Armor Thor. It was cool to see it added, but I didn't really know of that. I know more of Classic Thor and Armored Thor, which he looks like now in the comics, which I'll talk about at the end of the video. As you can see now on the video, this is the movie Thor with a helmet on, which was seen very, very briefly in the actual movie, only at the ceremony part before he was sent down to Earth. But I play as this mostly in the game because it looks more like the comic Thor, or as close as you're going to get in this game since they didn't add the comic Thor. But I quite like it, and I went through most of the game with it on, and I didn't really use non-helmeted Thor, and I didn't unlock the alternate costume until much later on. And one of the reasons, actually, now that I think of it, why I didn't film another episode was because I only had those 2 costumes, so it wouldn't have been a very long episode. And as you can see, I haven't really used many of Thor's moves. I only stick to the basics and that lightning attack, which I show the lightning with, because this isn't really about gameplay as such, and it's more just about showing the costumes. Next up, we've got Ultimate Thor, which is obviously from the Marvel Ultimate Comics and the Ultimate series. However, with this costume, in the actual comic, the circles on his chest, which you can just about see there, light up, but in this, they're just fabric, which I don't think looks very good, and it doesn't really portray it very well because it's not the right costume. And as well, he has a different hammer when he first appeared in the Ultimate Comics. Now he has a hammer which looks similar to the normal Thor, but at first he had more of an axe-like hammer, which they should have added in. And even in the 3DS version, which I've seen, he has that. And as well, they've added the classic Thor costumes. So I think if they added them, it would have made the game better for me personally, but it doesn't really add any gameplay, obviously. And a lot of people aren't going to pick this up because it didn't get that very good reviews. I probably do have a top 10 list of superhero games if I thought about it, but this definitely would not be in it. Because even though I enjoyed it, it's not my favourite ever superhero game. Next up we have the Destroyer Armor Thor. I don't know where this first appeared. It does look cool, but the Destroyer is an old enemy of Thor that Odin created. I don't know that much about him. And I know Thor has worn this, but I don't know the exact comic or where he wore it. I know he has worn similar armours when his bones were brittle or something and he needed to protect himself. And that's about all I can say for that armour. Overall, I wouldn't really recommend this game. It's alright, but it has huge difficulty spikes, especially in the bosses like Ymir. So, if you're a really big Marvel fan like me, get it, but otherwise, I can't recommend it, really. So, I hope you enjoyed watching the gameplay bits, and I've got a bit coming up of what I thought they could have added as costumes. I just thought that clip kind of was a fitting end to the gameplay. So, here's what I thought they could have added to the game for alternate costumes. First up, you can see Classic Thor, which is obviously the Jack Kirby design, first seen in Journey into Mystery, when Donald Blake first hit the stick down and he became Thor. And this would have been a great costume to add, and it's one that I've been talking about all throughout the video, which I really would have wanted. The next one is King Thor, which is what Thor wore when Odin died and he became the King of Asgard. And during this period, he didn't really do much with the Avengers. I know Spider-Man saw him once. I've got that comic, but I haven't read it. And I've just thought that would be a nice addition. And then another one which I really would want, and the two that I really would want, are Classic Thor and Chain Armor Thor, which is the one that he wears now. And I really think that would have added a more familiar Thor for me and many Marvel fans, along with the Classic Thor, to the game. So, thank you for watching the video. Hopefully, I should have episode 3 of alt costumes, which should be on Captain America Super Soldier, up in the next couple of days. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please rate, comment and subscribe. And I guess, see you on the next episode of alt costumes.